Soares. Wilton makes a run ahead of it. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello and welcome to Bergkamp Wonderland. It's a preview show for Bournemouth v Arsenal. With me this afternoon is Nick. Nick's been awake since 4 a.m. How you doing, Treacle?
How you doing, Danny, on this fine Saturday afternoon?
I've been awake for 45 minutes. Life couldn't be any better. I had a banana, which is always nice, which was... you can judge a person by what state they like a banana. I don't like them green. I like them quite yellow. I don't like them black. And I don't like them blacky yellow. So I don't like them too sugary.
What you're saying is you don't like eating yellow mush?
No. It's amazing the amount of people that will eat bananas when they are black. That is a hate crime.
I like my bananas out of the fridge.
Oh, I'm not sure about out of the fridge.
Nice and crunchy. Anyway, go down.
This isn't a Bergkamp Wonderland. Let's talk about bananas. This is Bournemouth v Arsenal. Let's have a go through what the usual stuff first. Where can you see it? It is on Now TV, Sky Go Extra, Sky Go, Sky Sports main event. What? Oh yes, afternoon kickoff, isn't it? Sky Sports Premier League, Sky Ultra HD. Nick, pick a country and I'll tell you what country that is in. Hello to everybody on Twitter, by the way, as usual. 33 of you watching. Lovely to see you all. Pick a country.
Pick a country. Holland.
Holland. Netherlands. They'd make their mind up about what their country is called. It is on Viaplay Netherlands. There you go. That's that out of the way. I have a quick look at the injury tables. Apparently, the only player we've got out injured is Reiss Nelson. That is amazing. It says August the 12th, which is 8 days ago, so this is probably irrelevant. He felt something in training. We scanned it, and the doctor came with some bad news. It's a muscular injury, and hopefully he'll be back soon. That is the only injury we have, Nick. What do you make of that?
What about new boy Vieira? Is he still injured? Because my app says he's still injured.
No, I think he played for the under-23s in midweek.
Oh, very good.
I think he played, and Smith Rowe played, and a couple of others played. I'm going to go and have a quick looky poo and see if I can find the result for it. But our injury situation at the moment is quite good, isn't it? 29th of April. No, that's not the right game, is it? Maybe it was. They've changed it to under-21s. I don't know. That's done me, Nick. I don't know where to go from there. I'm going to go to Smith Rowe and see if it has any difference for him. Premier League 2.
Talk about bananas again, if you want to go back to that.
No, I think people got the hump with that. Here it is. 17th of August. Oh, it's the under-21s. Why are they playing under-21 league again? Oh, I see. It's the League Cup, which is under-21s, whereas the league is under-23. Absolute nonsense. So our lineup was Hilson in goals, Soares at right back, Foran and Zach Arwi at centre back. Left back was Soares, Souza, Cozy at Dubry, Aziz in midfield, Smith Rowe on the right wing, Fabio Vieira Smith Rowe right midfield, Fabio Vieira on the right wing. And how long did they play? I hear nobody ask. Smith Rowe 46 minutes and Fabio Vieira played 46 minutes and Soares played the entire game and scored a goal. Scored the winner. Not too bad. So there you go, Nick. They are officially back. Injury table for Bournemouth. David Brooks is injured. Joseph Rothwell. Ryan Fredericks, I've heard of him. Dominic Solanke, which is good because he was their best player last season. Banged in quite a few goals. And Jordan Zemura. Right, let's go and have say hello to some of the people watching in the chat room box area place. Fran is there. Looking forward to this preview. Hello, fans. Avatar has got a picture of her with her pink hair. Very nice. Paul Nell, not Neil, is there. Hello. Tom Andrew, is Danny hosting? No. Screen Boy is there. Nick says yes. Nick, you're giving the game away. Nudran says hey. Peter Colson is there. Ahoy, ahoy, chaps. Screenboy 8. Not green, not black, have to be yellow. That's it. Tell us how you like your bananas and let us know. Pete Coulson is in there early with a prediction. He says 2-1 the Arsenal. Screenboy says 2-0 the Arsenal. Jim Eves, I haven't pre-read this, so hopefully, Jim, you're not going to do us over. My fact of the day, Jesus had 15 touches in the opposition box v Leicester last week. That is more than Bournemouth have had this season with 14. Ooh. Javi or Javi? I think it's Javi. Miralez says, pink kits are pimp, not Palermo, I think you mean pink, but pretty close. Palermo back in Serie B, my Italian team. Lovely. Sai is there. Sai, if you could quickly give us who you want out of the pod as soon as possible. And I'll tell you where he is today. Right. So, Nick, let's have a quick look at previous games. We've only played Bournemouth 12 times in the entire history of the known universe. We've won 9, drawn 2, and we only lost 1. Now then, as usual, people, we go back and have a look at the last 3 games in the Premier League at Bournemouth. The last one was Boxing Day 2019. Nick, do you want to have a guess at what the score was?
Boxing Day 3 years ago. All I remember is losing to Southampton on Boxing Day. That's all I can remember.
We don't talk about that 4-0 game. This game we drew 1-1. They scored first with Dan Gosling. Some bloke called Aubameyang, I think he's a Chelsea player, scored in the 63rd minute. Our lineup was Leno, Socrates, Luiz, Saka, Xhaka, Ozil, Nelson, Treya, AMN, Aubameyang and Lacazette. I think we're going to move on from that before one of us starts crying. Then the game before that was the 25th of November, 2018. We beat them 2-1. We scored first with an own goal from them. They scored with Josh King and another goal from Aubameyang. Anyone would think that he was a regular goal scorer for us. We had a wonderful defensive back of Leno in goal, Bellerin at right back, Socrates, Mustafi and Holding at centre back, and it looks like Kolasinac. We played 5 at the back away at Bournemouth. Unai, what were you doing, son? And the third game was the third. They were all about the same time of year. 3rd of January 2017. It ended, I think I remember this one. It ended 3-3. They were 3-0 up after 58 minutes. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we were terrible and somehow managed to draw by being not terrible for about 15 minutes.
It was exactly 20 minutes. Sanchez scored on 70. Lucas Perez, 75. And Oli Giroud, no doubt with a far post header in the 90th minute. And we had some right old corkers playing for us then. We had Coquelin, Ramsey, Iwobi, Sanchez and Giroud up front with the Ox, Perez and Gabriel Paulista. That was Gabriel v 1.0. All playing. Do you know that one of Arteta's kids is called Gabriel?
I'm not surprised. There's so many of them about now. So I haven't watched the last All or Nothing yet. I've still got one left to watch. Have you watched them all?
I've got 2 left to go. I don't get bored of them, but I just I get a little bit of PTASD, post-traumatic Arsenal stress disorder. And so I'll watch the first 3 all at once. And then after that, I can't really do it.
Well, it's just we know now what happens. We know we're going to lose those 3 games in a row, lose to that lot, and then everyone's going to cry and then say, "Oh, didn't they do well?"
I think you may well have hit the rabbit on the head there. I know what's going to happen, and I'm not looking forward to it. We've had some people follow us on Twitch a few days ago. We had John Nuts and we had Sammy1932. Hello to you two. So what have the people in the chat box been saying? Let's go and have a little looky poo. We were down to Sai. Sai, we need more podcasts. ABW out. Amanda is there. Hi, both. We're playing in black tonight. Now then, I think I knew we were playing in black. That's why I've done our kit in black. I would rather see it playing in pink, but they're playing in red, so we can't do it. Phil Macker is there. Are you both on the internet? Not in Norwich at the same time. That's unacceptable.
He's on 5G. I'm on Wi-Fi. It's fine.
That'll work. Screenboy says, Obama who? Never heard of him, Screenboy. Amanda, looking forward to seeing who will be playing today. Does he keep the same team? Well, we'll find out in... in 18 minutes we'll find out. Phil Macker says, off to a barbecue shortly, and typical Norwich folks, none of them into football, so we'll have to rely on text messages. Were you watching the game today, Nick?
I'm watching it at home.
Oh, dodgy stream?
No, I've got Sky.
Oh, lovely jubbly.
It's the only one I have got. I'm not paying for BT or all the other stations they expect us to buy.
I can't say I blame you. They won't be long before it all falls apart. I mean, what is it? Is it Liga is already free on ITV? Is it? They got it?
Yeah, their TV deals, which they sort of themselves, all went pear-shaped, so that's why they sort of took control of them. And that's what it has, basically, hopefully Sky go the way of Setanta Sports, and then we can watch everything on Channel 1 and 3 again.
Well, vote for me, people, in your local elections, and I'll make all sport on terrestrial TV for free. Amanda says, I watched all of All or Nothing, and they're brilliant. I want more. No news on who they're doing. I was listening to the AC Jimbo pod, and he was saying they normally announce it around Christmas who they're doing, but I didn't watch the Spurs or the Man City. The only one I've watched is the Sunderland one, which I quite liked.
The Sunderland one was on Netflix, though. That wasn't an Amazon one. That was good because that was just basically a car crash throughout all of the episodes, which I thought was hilarious. But if they were doing anyone in the Premiership, we'd have known by now, wouldn't they? Because they'd already started filming. So I assume they're going to do someone in some sort of team in America or something like that. But
I'm with Pete on this. Yeah, I'd like Man United to be the one. That'd be hilarious. Yes, yeah, that's right. So this is the predicted lineup, Nick. Do you think we're going to stay with the same lineup that we had last week? This is I've got 4 lineups here. I've got one that I say is our best, which I might have to edit because I got Tomiyasu at right back. I think that would be our best. No, I think you'd have to take White out. So there's a kind of a quandary for you, Nick. Your best back 4. That was nearly 5, but I changed it to 4 halfway through. What would it be? Because I think everyone agrees it's Zinchenko. Bloody hell, that's a blast. Well, I've forgotten his name, and he's looking right at me. Tizian. What's his name, Nick?
Got Alex Zinchenko.
Zinchenko, we agree at left back. Do you agree with Tomiyasu at right back as our best player?
Yeah, it's got to be. That's what I was thinking earlier.
And how about centre back then? It's going to be Gabriel and plus one other. Who are you picking?
Oh, I mean, I think this is going to be one of the most interesting lineups for the whole season, to be honest, because obviously Gabriel and White were his main 2 last year, but now Saliba's been thrown in the mix, which is a good, problem to have, having 3 good centre backs, but 3 doesn't go into 2. And if he goes back to Ben White and Gabriel, that could mean Saliba will be off next year, maybe. I mean, we've heard a lot of, he's been on loan for what, 2-3 seasons? 3 seasons.
Etienne, Nice, and Marseille.
Yeah, and then we've also heard a lot of rumours and stuff about Gabriel links with Juventus and Barcelona and stuff like that, which is probably agents and paper talk, because I think he's due a new deal at some point in the next few months. I think he's got 2 years left on his deal, so obviously they're talking about it. I can't see at the end of the season all 3 of them staying. One of them's definitely going to have to go. I think this reminds me of remember a few years ago where we had Vermaelen and Mertesacker and Koscielny. And by the end of the year, it was just Mertesacker and Koscielny, even though Vermaelen was our captain. But that just worked. Then that just, that's not just the individual. That's just whether they click and form a partnership with each other. But we know Ben White and Gabriel do click because we've seen it for a whole season. But we'll just have to see what Arteta do. I mean, it just makes a change, like you said. I mean, you've jinxed it because you've said we've only got 1 player out injured. So within a week, we're going to have 15 out injured because of you. But, yeah, we don't normally have loads of good players to pick. And, it's a good headache to have, though, for Arteta. Too many good players to pick.
You're not wrong. Do you know this Peter Wilson?
Yeah, I may know him. He may be my father.
Hello, Mr. Wilson. We like your son. Well done. Sai says, we keep hearing about new deals for Saka and Martinelli, but nothing on Saliba. Personally, I think that when I play Football Manager, which a lot of you people out there do, this is the formation I go with. That's what I'd be picking. Do you think that's got legs? I think I've said that phrase twice today. Do you think this works?
Well, considering our left back and right back seem to be made of glass most of the time, Tierney and Tomiyasu, I think we may see a lot more 3 at the back, reverting to that, depending on how injured they seem to get. But But if he's not, if he's going to stick with 4 at the back, who would you go with? I mean, are we both basically saying Gabriel's going to start and then
Well, it wouldn't be
else?
that one. There's my backup. There's my backup.
Sorry, Rob Holden.
That's another thing we should maybe cover. We've only got 2 goalkeepers at the club because I don't think Karl Hein is ever going to play a game. That's the formation we've been using recently. People at home and on the bus, you know what that formation is. We used it for 2 games. I like that formation, which is bringing Tomiyasu. I think he is our best right back. But the question is, we've got 3 brilliant centre backs and can all play at the same time. But if I had to pick my 2 best centre backs, it's going to be Saliba and it's going to be Gabriel. But we're going to play best part of 60 games this season, and so that is enough for everybody. No centre back is going to want to play 60 games in a season, so we need them all, and they'll all get times. Any combination of those back 3 will work, and that makes me happy.
So you're going with Saliba to start today if Tomiyasu's back then? And Ben White to drop to the bench.
Yes. See, when Ben White was playing for Brighton, he played. I mean, I was watching him on YouTube. I went and watched him play for Newport, and then he went. That was in League 2. Then he went to my mighty Peterborough. Come on, the Posh, 2-0 up. He played there in League 1 with Peterborough. Then he had a season with Leeds in the Championship, and then a season with Brighton in the Premier League. I don't think there's many players that have gone tier 4-3-2-1. And I was watching him play for all of them, and he got player of the season at Newport and Peterborough and Leeds. And it's weird seeing him. He's very skinny, but he is a hell of a player. And with all that experience, and we saw in the All or Nothing, where they're saying to him, "You are a magnificent player because your ability to learn." Because you can tell he's very clever because he just sits there and he listens and he's listening to what they're telling him. So I think Josh was saying that he could play as a defensive midfielder. So I think maybe he gets some games there. He can play right back. I think the fact that Benny Blanco can play right back, centre back, defensive midfield. The only position he's not good at, which is what Tomiyasu has over him, is being able to get forward. And we've seen in the last 2 games this season that Saka can we say that Saka has struggled or Saka hasn't? How would you phrase that? Because not having someone helping him behind with a build-up play, how would you describe that?
I would say he's struggled. I just think because Martinelli and Gabriel, or 2 Gabriels, have started really well, and everyone seems to be playing well, whereas at the start of last season, there was only about 2 players that were playing well, and one of them was him. So because we knew he was scoring and basically our best player, everything was going for him. So now it's going down the left with Martinelli as well as through the middle. I just don't think he has as much pressure on his shoulders and as much time on the ball as what he did, last season, possibly the season before. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about Saka, being out of form or anything. Just I'd put money on him to score today if I had money and could work out how to use the betting apps.
Don't bet people. But would you agree that Saka plays better when he's got Tomiyasu behind him than Ben White?
Oh, definitely. Them 2 overlap well. The same as Martinelli and Kieran Tierney. I mean, I'm not sure how Zinchenko Alex is going to do with Martinelli. I mean, they look good for the first 2 games, and we'll just have to see. But more than anything of this, that's just consistency and picking the same team over and over again, and then they just get on the same wavelength, and they just know where they're going to be before they get there. It's just how it is. If you want consistency in the performances, you have consistency in the first team every week.
Papa Wilson says, I think we should keep the same side. It'd be funny if my dad turned up. He's an Arsenal fan, only because I made him. Sai says, we keep hearing about the deals for Saka and Martinelli, but nothing on Saliba. We really need to get that Saliba deal done because he is if you go by the money that Man United are paying for players, Saliba's £150 million centre-back, which is...
Maybe we're just going to keep him in the first team until the transfer window closes, get him to sign a new contract and then drop him.
Well, there's also talk of Juventus wanting Gabriel, but we cannot make the same mistakes that we made in years gone by where our best players leave, because this Arsenal team that we have at the moment is probably, after the 98, then the 02, and then the Invincible team, probably one of the best teams that I've seen us in Premier League history, potential-wise. They are absolutely magnificent. How would you rate those?
Horses this year. I think I won't be surprised if we get second this year. I really did. Everyone else seems to be going through big changes, transitions, new managers, loads of players in and out. And we've just added to what we had last year. But
pardon me, people.
the banana's coming back.
I just had some Fanta Zero. I like this from Pete. Saka has been quiet because we've been focusing on our Samba Iba. No, that's Mexican. What do the Brazilians say? I don't know. Samba de Amigo. That's what I was thinking. The game on the Amiga. On our Samba-related left-hand side. Absolutely wonderful. Screen Boy, no changes, please. Okie dokie. Nick, keep an eye on... I need to get you to log into this as admin, and then you could just go get the thing and then put it in yourself. Let me know when it's there, and I will go and get it and bring it up on the screen. But so you expect no changes, like Screen Boy says here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do you agree with that? Or would you bring in Tomiyasu?
Probably bring in Tomiyasu if he's fit. I mean, he's got minutes in his legs, and he's a better right back than Ben White. He just is. He's better going forward and defending, whereas Ben White isn't as good going forward as him. And if that's going to help Saka play better as well, then we're going to be doing well from both flanks, aren't we?
Lovely. I agree with that. So I'm excited, Nick. I'm still excited for the games. 3 games into the season, and I'm still excited. Rudy is there. Good afternoon, all. How do, Rudy? Paul Nell says, no changes, please. Tommy and Katie will get injured. Yeah,
obviously, that's what will happen.
It is, but that's why we got such a good squad. Transfer-wise, Nick, we have got... what month is it? We've got 11, 12. Is it the last day of August is the transfer window closed, or is it the 1st of September? Either way, we've got 11 or 12 days. Do you think we're going to expect anybody to come in? And who would you want to come in position-wise? Because, like me, I don't think you can name any players. I mean, I like that bloke, Xhaka, that went to West Ham, the forward.
Well, I think, like you say, Tielemans' one's sort of almost like done and agreed. I don't think it's going to be the 31st because we've got a game on the 31st. There's a lot of Premiership games on the 31st, so I don't know if that'll be like the 2nd of September, maybe.
Very true.
Friday.
On 31st of August, we are home to Villa, midweek game.
I know,
so I would say the transfer window closes on the 1st of September, I'm guessing.
So is that Thursday?
1st of September is going to be either a Wednesday or a Thursday. Is a Thursday.
Yeah, the day after the 31st, a Wednesday. It's normally the 1st.
Yes, so there you go. That's what it is. Pete says should have an awesome looking bench today. So many options. Keysby Knight says changes will come from the bench. Planned sub predictions. Oh, I think we definitely. Or you go first, Nick. What if we do stick to where is it? If we do stick to that formation there, which I think we probably will do, what substitutions would you like to see, or do you think we'll have?
Well, I assume, like, if Tomiyasu doesn't start, I'll think he'll give him the last half an hour, and take off Ben White for 60 minutes and maybe give either Martinelli or Odegaard a rest for Smith Rowe if he's back on the bench. And mate, I wouldn't surprise if he took Saka off maybe 20 minutes to go and just left put Eddie on. That'd probably be my 3 subs. Have we got 4 subs now at the moment? Because I saw a few
5
games that said there's still 5 subs,
but in three batches.
Oh, I should have checked that, but
They've only just brought it in.
Why do they keep changing rules and they don't tell me first? I'm not very happy. I'm going to report this to my manager.
They had it in during the Wu-Flu times, but then the rest of Europe kept it. But I'd like to see it with 5 substitutions at 5 different times. I don't like the fact that you have to have them in 3 batches. I find that irritating. But I suppose it's to stop wasting time. So you could say we can have 5, but you can get 15 seconds or added onto the clock. So I think at the moment it's 30 seconds added on for every substitute. Just say 15 seconds, then people can't go and waste the time, can they?
Just have rolling subs, screw it. So what substitute someone get as soon as they're off the pitch, someone could go back off the pitch. They're not going to waste their own time, are they?
True. Pete says Vieira debut from the bench, methinks. So I have to keep bringing this up because I forget what it is. I think we're definitely going to see Smith Rowe come on at some point, and I think Vieira is going to come on and possibly replace Odegaard because that's the kind of position that he plays in. What about the Odegaard? He's been a little bit quiet lately, hasn't he? Because he's not had to be the one doing all the attacking from midfield, because Jesus comes down a little bit deep, gets the ball and does all the magic. And we saw against, what was the last game that we played? I've forgotten already. Did we play?
Hang on.
Leicester, that was it. We saw with the Martinelli goal where we lost the ball on the right-hand side and Martinelli chased the bloke back to central midfield, got the ball and brought it back. That is the kind of job that Odegaard was doing before. Now, Odegaard doesn't have to do that, so he's been a little bit quiet. Are you worried about Odegaard?
No, I mean, is he in his... Hang on, because we loaned him for half a season and then he played last season. So now, is he into his second season syndrome now? Or 2.5 seasons?
Beginning of his third season, kind of, but he's only been with us for 1.5.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the side's getting better. Other players are playing better around him. And like once he starts just getting on the same page, especially with Jesus, once he starts, getting a bit more, I don't know if the right word is telepathic with him, and he knows the runs he's going to make, he's just going to, be 5-10 yards deeper than maybe what he was before. And he'll just be pinging these balls in all day long and he'll just be running on and scoring loads of goals, hopefully. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about him too yet. Plus, he's captain now, so maybe hopefully the pressure's not getting to him. And he's been captain, is he captain for Norway? And
certainly is.
And was where we bought him from. No, he wasn't captain at Madrid, was he?
Oh God, no.
The one before Madrid. Was he captain there? Or was
he was on loan
15, 16,
was it Real Zaragoza, or there was some Spanish team he was on loan at? I think it's the one where they've got that bloke up front, very skinny bloke. We were looking at getting him. Can't remember. I'm just looking at my fantasy team. I've bloody left Zaha on the bench again. He scored 2 goals. I just need to hope that one of those others doesn't play, because I need him to come in. Who was that? Oh, Jesus. Right, get rid of that. Let's go and have a look, because it's coming up to 1:30 and 1 hour before kickoff. And then Arsenal will release the... we'll be wearing black armbands today in memory of the head groundman Steve Braddock. That was very sad, who sadly passed away he had a long illness at 58. God, every year we win best pitch. And it's all down to Steve Braddock and his team at Highbury.
58, that's no year, really. That's not good.
Not right. So it looks like we're wearing pink today.
Amanda said we were wearing black. I'm going to have words with her later.
Oh, here we go. Oh, don't ruin it. Save it. That's
But they are a bit iffy with shirts this year, because if Bournemouth have got black stripes with their red, then they'll say, well, you've got black, so black can't go with black.
That is very true. Right, here we go. We have the starting lineup, people. I hope you're all excited. Here we go. People at home and on the bus. Ramsdale in goal. White at centre-back. Saliba and Gabriel centre-back. Zinchenko left-back. Partey and Xhaka in central midfield. Saka on the right. Odegaard in the middle. Martinelli on the left. And Jesus up front. So as we predicted, Nick, absolutely no changes. The subs are Turner, the goalkeeper. Tierney left-back. Tomiyasu right-back. Holding centre-back. El Neni, Sambi and Vieira, all central midfield-ish. Smith Rowe and Eddie Nketiah, and we're playing in pink, which means I'm going to have to go and change the colours of the team that I've done. Any thoughts about that?
I mean, that's pretty much what we said. We were only talking maybe white out for Tomiyasu, but like I said, to change a winning side as well, you don't need to. That's what I'm saying. We haven't got to force these players back where they've had niggly injuries. If we can try and get Tomiyasu fully fit.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been trying for like 3 years to get Tierney fit. I don't think we're going to do it, but, somewhat fit. I think every time you see him on that All or Nothing, he's on the medical room and he's someone rubbing him. I bet he loves it there, doesn't he?
Yes. How many times did we rush players back, whether it was Ramsdale or whether it was Partey? I did it far too often. Adam Park says, you guys do these videos every match. Odegaard will turn up in this game, I believe. Yes, Adam, we do them a preview show between everyone, before every show. We time it. We start half hour before the lineups are released, and then we finish it about 5 minutes after. So we've got about 3 or 4 minutes to go. Pete says, Odie is fine. Hasn't had to step up yet this season, but will do in the big games. Petri says, Zaha just assisted as well. You're not making it easy on me, Petri, are you? Get rid of that. Go back to the comments. Saya says, Zaha is roasting Villa. That's 2 weeks in a row. I forgot to put him back in. Pete says, I'm not talking about Zaha. Oh, sliding doors moment. Zaha instead of Pepe. What could have been? It was amazing. Looks like Pepe is going on loan to Nice. He's going to be joining up with Aaron Ramsey, and it is owned by the bloke who owns Ineos there, who's looking at buying a percentage in Man United. Oh, dear. Screenboy seems to be happy with that lineup. Come on, you Garners, with an explosion. Adam Park says, who's more likely to replace their win-back? Tierney or Tommy? Which one of those do you think is going to come on first?
Oh, Tomiyasu, definitely. Like I said, 60 minutes. But then we're assuming that everything's going well and we're just replacing fresh legs and giving strikers a run out. But now you've said we've got no injuries and everything's going well. Within 10 minutes, we're going to have to replace 3 players due to calves and hamstrings and everything gone. Because you've jinxed us, Danny.
Don't start me with your nonsense. Keysby says, what surprises do you think Arteta has in store for us this season? Surprises? None. I think everything's very settled. Nick?
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't win Manager of the Month and then decide to lose the next 3 games. That would be nice. And yeah, hopefully over the last, supposed to be 3 years this December he's been in charge, isn't it? So... hopefully he's learned enough from the mistakes he's made on the job to not make as many before as what he has done. But I don't know if it's just Arteta or a surprise player that maybe he's coming through. I don't really know because a lot of them seem to be going out on loan.
Yeah, they do. We've got 17 on loan at the moment. That reminds me, Nick, I do a loan watch. I shall be probably doing one this Monday. It takes me a very long time to do it. But it's I do enjoy it. I do them live. Sometimes I get people on with me like I did last season. Sometimes I do them all on my own. Good. Right, so we need predictions, people. I forgot. You lot, you looking at me, you listening. I got you lot to go and put predictions in our YouTube after the game. I mean, after the show, but before the game. 19 comments in there, and I forgot to go and check the comments. So I want predictions from all of you in the chat here. Then when the show is finished, I want you to go and put your predictions into the YouTube chat, the comments at the bottom of this, and then someone remind me in the post-game show, and then to go and have a look, and then we'll go and have a look at what you predicted and see how close you were. But it does put a timestamp, so don't try and be sneaky and then go and put them in after the game and claim you were right. So people, put your predictions in. Nick, what are you going to go for today?
3-0 to the Arsenal. I think Saka's going to score first.
Oh, 3-0. What's Bournemouth? What was their results like this season? I'm just going to go and have a little looky poo. Oh, wow. They got smashed 4-0 by Man City. Not really overly not exactly unexpected was the word I was looking for. First game of the season, they beat Villa 2-0. Villa are currently losing 3-1. Oh, Gerrard, you tool. And then they lost three preseason games I can see here. And then they won one as well. Going by the fact that we always tend to do really good against them, I'm going to go 5-0.
Oh, you have
Go on.
I mean, you predicted right last week 4-2, didn't you?
I did. I'm going to go 5-0. Jesus hat trick. And Fabio Vieira to come on and score a goal. And who else to score a goal? Undergo a screamer from Xhaka. Why not? Oh, loads of predictions in the chat here. Pete Coulson, John Jules scored today. Yes, he did. I heard it on Radio 5. Brady's Banana, 3-0 the Arsenal. Screenboy, 2-0 the Arsenal. Adam Park, did you predict 4-2 last week? I believe you did. I did indeed, Adam. Well, I said I'm going to go 3-1 or 4-2. I'll go 4-2. Michael says 2-0 the Arsenal. Paul Nell, 3-1. Seriously, Ramsdale. Sorry, Ramsdale. It's SRY. Do you think you mean sorry or seriously?
Sorry, because he doesn't get his clean sheet.
Natasha is there. How are you doing? I'm going to go 3-0. Jesus, Saka and Zinchenko. Zinchenko's not much of a goal scorer. Pete Colson already said 2-1 the Arsenal. Jesus and Martinelli. Tom Andrews says 3-1 Gabriel to score first. Sneaky, because that could be any one of 3 or 4 players. Petri Yemen, yeah, just Petri. I'm not going to. You can't have a word with a Y and an L next to each other. Yelenmi. That's as good as I'm going to do. Says 5-0 the Arsenal. Screenboy says, wow. Papa Wilson says 3-0. This is 3-0. But I often do that. And when I put a T, I put a 3. And I don't know why. It's just my sausage fingers on the keyboard. Any more predictions, people, before we go? Berg Gunner. Hey, Danny, predict a dominant performance, but I fear a loss just because. Is that you, the man with the cows? Wouldn't that be good? I was talking, if it was, we were talking about your cows yesterday. Let me know if that's you. I've not seen that logo before. Any more predictions, people, before I bugger off? We bugger off because I've got to go and get this edited, get it uploaded. We have had a bit of a run on the YouTube, Nick. We've had nearly 60 subscribers in the last 2 weeks and no unsubscribers, which is
I made all those accounts up myself to make you feel better.
Okay. Rudy says a narrow win for us. They aren't pushovers. They are rubbish. We're going to smash them, Rudy. Adam says you don't like the North London Forever song, but you do like the Jesus chant. But do you? I don't hate the North London Forever. It's just not great. The Jesus one, I'm not sure what it is. Tony Mills, hello Tony, says 4-1 the Arsenal. Rudy says 2-1. Screenboy says, I predict top of the league for Arsenal tonight. When was the last time we were top of the league? Pete Colson says, cheers for the show. Dan, me and Nick. Oh, it is him. It's Bert Gunner. Yes, it's me with the cows. We often talk about him and his cows because he is a cow, or he looks after the cows in it's either Norway. I think it's Norway or Denmark, one of the two. I always get all 3 of the Scandinavian countries mixed up. Useless Pathetic Noob says, tappy, lads, let's get going. Jason is actually meeting Chris today at the game, and I think Drew, ex of this parish, is going to be there as well. Michael says, 35 attempts, 4 on target. Was that a prediction? That's a hell of a prediction.
I did see a stat the other day, which is pretty weird. In his first 2 games, Jesus, he's had more touches in the box than Lacazette did in his 20 starts last season put together. So in his 2 starts, he's had more touches in the box than Lacazette did in his 20 starts.
There you go. That just sums up why we were so bad last season. Bergkamp is in Denmark and Michael is in Sweden. Say hello, you two. You're, I think you're next door to each other, possibly. Maybe there's Norway in between. I should know. Proud Nation and Grand Bentner. Oh, Lord Bentner. Brady's Banana. I'm on 3 accounts doing my bit. Brady's Baron Von Dreadful and Rock Stomp. The 2 latter are my gaming accounts. Aha, there you go. Lovely. Right, Nick, we are going to go. It's been lovely to have you on again. Where can people find you on the World Wide Wait?
Yeah, I'm on Nick Fights on the Twitter and the Twitch, where I shall be playing Fortnite tonight with people in voice chat screaming at me, telling me I'm rubbish at video games.
And quite rightly so. We will be back about 10 minutes after the game, possibly. It's going to be me and Karl having a bit of a chit-chat, going through all the 5 goals that we've scored today. Hold on. Screenboys put up a fun fact. Forest spent more on transfers this season than all the other seasons combined. Awesome. Well, that's believable, actually. It's £140 million, and they've not been in the Premier League for 23 seasons, but every other season, they spent a lot of money on Stan Collymore. Rudy says Forest lead 1-0 at Everton, Leicester 2-1 down to Southampton. On that bombshell, in the words of Jeremy Clarkson, thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you are new, subscribe to the podcast and share it. Go and get a link to this, get an email and post it to every single person you know and email it to them. And you never know, they might like it. And maybe give us a thumbs up if you like. We are on SoundCloud, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we're on iTunes and Spotify. And we're even on Google Podcasts. So go and find us all on them. Oh, Adam said he just subscribed. Thank you very much, Adam. Very kind of you. Any wise words before we go, Nick?
Well, we should win today. I mean, how hard can it be if we're talking about Jeremy Clarkson?
Well, there you go. What better way to end the show? Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you very much, everybody else. We will see you after the game. Oh, and this is the debut of the ABW outro video. It's only 25 seconds long, and it is dedicated to Steve Lord Hillwood and Dave Goonaholic Sager. Dave, no, not Sager. What's Dave's surname? I've forgotten. What is Dave's surname? Bloody hell. I've forgotten. That's awful, isn't it?
That is awful.
Anyway, so here it goes. I made this a couple of days ago and I hope you like it. And I'm going to try and time it so I end the show as the video ends. Right, here it goes. Bye-bye.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid. Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I've just eaten a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at Ibs, so when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately, and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.